Hi guys, run those titles.
You've been floating around like a butterfly, but I'm gonna pin you down, 'cause you've been found and convicted of a serious crime. Caught in possession of this heart of mine, and I'm locking you away for a long, long time. You're guilty, guilty, you're guilty of love. I'm the judge and the jury and defendant too. About to throw the book at you. You're guilty, guilty. Can't get away 'cause you're guilty, guilty. Now hear me saying G-U-I-L-T-Y.
Hi guys, today I'm on a mission. Toby the Ghost Hunter. I kind of like these videos where I can share my knowledge. But a certain person called Karis from Devon has been emailing me constantly about paranormal stuff that's going on in her house. And so I thought, well, I make this video, as she don't come on MSN very often, I thought I'd make this video to make everything clear. Okay, so she's been having problems with ghosts, spirits, poltergeists, things moving about in her room, cold spots, fingerprints, movements, images, classic hauntings. But basically everything that you would have in a haunting. So it's quite good. I thought when I heard this, I thought, wow, you've got a brilliant house full of masses of paranormal activity. And even though she's petrified about it, I keep saying it's not nothing to be petrified about. They can't harm you. Only certain trained spirits can actually harm a physical person who will learn the dark arts. So someone like a witch or someone like a wizard. Wizards don't exist. Witches, are kind of people who learn the dark arts, will be able to, when they're passed over, be able to use their evil powers for spiritual attacking people. So they'll be able to make marks on you, but they can't kill you. Or I haven't seen a case of a ghost killing someone, but I was quite shocked to hear that her house isn't that old, because normally if you have a house, it should be years old, and therefore that's why you get the ghosts and spirits. But apparently it's not that old, but it's built on a plantation or something. I can't remember all the details. My house back in Brighton is a Victorian house. It was built in the street existed in 1898 on that map that I saw in the Brighton local histories studies thing. I've got a map from 1898. And my house was still there, and Victoria was still in power. So that not still, she was a monarch at the time. Therefore, my house is Victorian. So it would have had Victorian owners. It would have had owners Victorian, and then people through the Blitz and the wars, and it would have all those people there. So all that activity would have happened in my house. Therefore, there was a strong possibility there would be spirits. But Karis' house isn't like that. Apparently, it's quite a modern house. Therefore, it's very strange how she's having all these paranormal experiences. And so I just emailed her a minute ago and said different reasons for hauntings. Now, you would have a haunting if someone died in that house. So if a certain person died in that house, then they would haunt it, because if they were murdered in the house and their spirit, they died violently, so they would stay here, grounded, but they wouldn't be able to go up into heaven. So someone who died might be grounded here and would be angry at the killer, and so they would be very angry like that. Also, there could be a haunting if you disturb something that belonged to them. So you've moved something recently, or you've disturbed something that belonged to them, or threw something away that belonged to them. You've disturbed something that would make a ghost come back and haunt your house. Building work. If you're altering your house or changing it from what it used to be like, then that could be a cause for paranormal activity. Or if you're restorating your house, i.e. bringing it back to like the Victorian state of a house, then that would cause hauntings and disturbance. Also, you get hauntings of benevolent souls, good souls, people who just like to live there and just don't want to leave and would rather stay here on earth than go into the spirit world. And so that's why a spirit would live there. They just stay there because they like it. Okay. Another common reason why you have hauntings or ghosts decide to stay there is they still see the house as theirs, and they don't like anyone else to go into their house because they think it's theirs. So they will haunt you, they will deliberately attack you, become a poltergeist, will deliberately throw things around to get you out of their house because they think it's theirs. A classic example of that would be if you watch Being Human, the ghost in that, Annie, she deliberately haunts the place to get people out so she has the house to herself. And that is the kind of thing that they want. Okay, so that's why someone would haunt a place. Also, if your relatives, dead relatives, tend to hang around the living relatives and look after them and guide them. But it's strange that Karis seems to have a little child in her house, when in Karis's case doesn't really make sense to me as someone who's knowledgeable about the paranormal, a paranormalist investigator, because the house isn't that old, therefore you wouldn't have many occupants there, and you wouldn't have a child dying there would be very limited, and that's why a child would come back if it died there. Because if you die when you're young, if you die young, like before 18, your soul will then go into heaven and into the spirit world, and it will grow in the spirit world until you get to a mature state. When you die in the spirit world and go into the spirit world, you will revert, whatever age you are, whatever age you died at, you will revert back to your prime of your life. So it'd be 25-ish, the 20s, that's the prime. So when I go into heaven, I'll look like this, kind of, because I'm 19 on Wednesday. So I will look like this, basically, in heaven. And so that's how people will look at me and remember me, kind of. So a child could be there if it died there, or it has some sort of relationship to the person. Other hauntings, it just doesn't make sense, because if your house isn't that old, you wouldn't have many hauntings. All depends what was there beforehand, because she lives in Devon, and Devon and Cornwall are very spiritual places where ghosts are sighted more and recorded more than any other place in the world, in England. And so Devon and Cornwall are very places where you would find ghosts because of smuggling, because of all the atmosphere around there, about coming in, I can't think of the word, smugglers, people coming in, I don't know, traders and things, all in Cornwall, and that kind of thing. I suppose there's a ghost there, and we're running out of time, so basically end this vlog. I hope this has explained a lot about your hauntings, Karis, and I hope that this might help, but please come on MSN, because I can explain it so much more there. Thank you. And I know I do have viewers who like videos about the paranormal, so that will help you a little bit. Thank you. Anyone else got any more questions about the paranormal, please ask, because I normally know it, because I've read a lot and watched a lot. Okay, love you guys.